28th, and you are locked on to the Sportsline Podcast on the CHCH and Parrot Media platforms. Appreciate you joining us. As always, I'm Bubba O'Neill. Our focus, athletes, executives, officials, teams, and broadcasters who hail from Southern Ontario and are making a name for themselves. Today's guest, a trailblazer who's now in the record books. Well, some athletes take years to accomplish a goal, and this 16-year-old has done something no woman has ever done in the long history at Nelson High School in Burlington. Her name is Lily Ciesielski, and this athlete is the first female player to ever score a touchdown for the Lords football program and the first to reach the end zone in the history of the Halton Secondary School Athletic Association. Let's say hello to Lily and head coach Jeff Brock. Hi, guys. What's going on?
Nothing much.
Thanks for having us.
No, why wouldn't we have this? This is something that a lot of people are talking about. It's history making. It's something that I think that could last for a very, very long time in terms of what others do as well too. But first of all, let's talk to the star of the show, Lily. And I got to ask you this. Your history in sports. Was football always the first thing, or were there other things that you've done in the past that led you to football?
Well, I've been playing soccer like my entire life, probably since I was 3. Mm-hmm. So I play OPDL soccer now, and then I started flag football in grade 8, and I've been playing flag since then and decided to join tackle this year.
Well, then, okay, so that leads me to this. There are so many things in terms of playing football that are, I got to say this, very male stigma. What led you to the sport of football?
I just really want to be part of something that's important to a lot of people, and I thought this was a great chance to do that.
Because I ask you this because I think to myself, and maybe I'm totally wrong in this, did a lot of your girlfriends, did they say, yeah, I want to play football as well too?
They did, yeah.
Really?
But they just didn't do it.
It's a whole new generation, Coach.
It is. And when she first sent us an email, I was kind of like, okay, we're willing to give it a shot. And we get lots of those emails. People want to give it a shot, and it's kind of they come out and try. Honestly, I never really thought she would stick to it, and as soon as I saw her step on the field, I knew this was going to be different, and certainly had the athletic talent, but she was tough. She was a tough girl, so she could hang with the boys for sure. Because
you were doing some stuff with the Halton South Eagles as well too?
Yeah, I just started that this year.
Okay, and is that that's its own women's league?
Yeah, it's just a flag club team.
Oh, it's a flag team?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll ask you this here. Flag is one thing. It's a lot of athleticism, running, catching, the basics of football as well too. Not so much a contact, and I know there is some contact, but not as heavily being tackled. Yeah. What were your skills in that sport that led you to believe that I could just do both sports?
Just had a lot of good footwork and I guess the cardio for it, and I was good at running my routes, so I was like, maybe I should just try it.
You are a receiver. I have not identified that. You are a receiver. Again, I would say this to anyone: receiving is an interesting position because there's an element of athleticism to it. Yes, you got to be able to run fast, but there's a lot of coordination to it as well in terms of catching the ball, thinking about running your routes, communication with the quarterback, and sometimes you're going to get walloped, right? What prepared you for all that?
Just a lot of time playing flag and watching a lot of football. Really got me prepared.
Do you openly sit there and watch the CFL and NFL as well?
Sometimes. I watched some games for the Argos with my dad, and then just got focused on it.
What did you just say? Did you just say Argos around here?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if I like that, Coach. We're a Ticats nation here, eh? Yeah. Right. Especially I'm a Ticats broadcaster as well, too.
Oh.
Anyway. Hey, Coach, you talked about, receiving emails and people, saying, hey, I want to play. And, you talked about that in terms of, taking this seriously, identifying the athletes. What do they have? How do you tell this to the guys as well, too? How do you introduce that to them?
I think the easiest way was she's just a football player. And I know she came to us and did not want to be treated any differently, and so we made that a point as a coaching staff not to treat her any differently than we would the guys. But certainly, you mentioned some of the stuff that they have to be mindful of language, and and some of the things they're doing. And I think they were mindful at the beginning too of not knocking her down, and then we had to say, no, we're all players here. And I think the first time she jumped in the tackling drill, I think it was one of our own guys that ran you over from behind, one of the running backs, and it was like she bounced right back up. It was like, okay, just like any other football player would be. But I think there's such a huge learning curve too. There is the skill side, but there's a whole strategy side. And if you've never played the tackle game before, especially not having played junior football and jumping in at grade 11, I mean, it could be a bit overwhelming. And I think she made it a point to learn routes, plays, concepts, and that having that football background.
So she was accepting the coaching as well.
100%,
right?
100%. And our receiver coach, Don Bennett, I think did a great job of making her feel welcome and incorporated. And I got to admit, our guys were fantastic. The rest of the guys on the team were fantastic and welcoming, and certainly made it a positive experience.
Did you feel like one of the boys? Or one of the girls too in its own self?
Yeah.
Like I mean, and I think that's one of the things too. I think we can get that on any team, whether it's a girls team, a mixed team. I mean, it's feeling part of the team.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a real important dynamic too, and very important in terms of trying to put together a winning program.
Right, and we traveled the first week of the season. We went down to Kingston and played Frontenac at Queen's University, and watching her on the bus, in the hotel, just being part of the team, I think that was just fantastic to watch.
Was this a first at Nelson, a female playing?
There has been a couple of females that have played, but didn't really last. Certainly didn't have the success on the field that Lily had.
Sorry, not to cut you, but I want to ask you that. Why didn't they last?
I think maybe they weren't true lovers of football. They were there more to just try it and see. But I think, she mentioned having grown up with Dad watching a ton of football, and I think there was she was drawn to the game. And certainly we watched her at flag as well, the girls' flag program, and she was clearly one of the best athletes on the field. So you have to have some basic athletic skills to be able to hang in the game. So and she had that.
We've had head coaches of junior women's Ticats. I've had Football Canada, Football Ontario leaders here talking about really primarily women's flag football. Again, you've talked about playing it for a little bit. Have you noticed the improvements in this league? Because it seems like there's a lot of people playing right now.
Yeah, it's getting really popular now. They're just given a lot of opportunities now that they haven't before.
Why do you think it's growing like this?
Probably because they want to be more open to women's sports, and this is like a very important one that a lot of girls are starting to play. So. Because
you're right, a lot of women for years have played soccer, or hockey is growing, baseball has always been there, and softball, and so many of the other sports in track and field. But football has always been that one sport that's been not too much. But then I start to look around and what's going on. There's a women's professional football league playing on in the United States, and this year I really I made it a point to lock on, and we've got some highlights here of some of these incredible women that are playing on the provincial teams as well too. Does that impress you, Coach?
It certainly does. Like I know the benefits football brings to young men, and I think being able to expose that to young women too is really important. And having other coaches open to having a girl come out for the team and giving them that shot, I think is important too. And at Nelson, football plays such a huge role in the school culture and the startup of the year, and being able to have Lily a part of that, I think opened the eyes of a lot of other people in the school who otherwise thought, hey, football wasn't for me, and maybe it is. And I'm not going to say there's going to be another Lily come along next year, but certainly the amount of messages we've received from young parents who showed the videos to their young daughter and eyes lit up, and father and daughter out throwing the football, out in the backyard. I think just that opens up. Yes, it is possible. There is an avenue for you, and I think we're seeing that develop.
I think it's awesome. I think of someone like my sister, right, that was right with my dad and right with myself watching football. It's very often on a Sunday I'm getting texts from my sister about how did the Bills blow it. I mean, we share the love of this, right?
Yes.
Well, and it's been kind of a shaky time right now in Buffalo, right? We're hoping to turn it around against Pittsburgh this week, but there's been a weird time. It's been a weird time, and my sister's right into it, and I appreciate that. But I also don't give it a second thought that this is my sister talking football to me, and I love that we've made these changes, or at least these mental changes have happened as well too. But let's get to this moment though. What happened in this game in terms of scoring this touchdown, Lily? Can you describe? Because obviously, as anyone that knows football, there's a play called in a huddle, and well knowing that the ball could be coming to you in this play.
We'd been planning this play for a couple games ahead, and it's just never gotten the chance to do it. Then we did it earlier in the game, and I didn't do it very well. But then we finally got it at the very end, and it worked out finally. It really.
And I got to say this, too. I mean, there was some great downfield blocking as well, too. You took a couple of hits along the way, but you just kept on trucking to the end zone, which hey, we know what it's a slam dunking, hitting a home run. Football, there may be nothing better than getting into the end zone. How did that feel?
Felt amazing, honestly. Yeah, it was something that I could share with the team because I couldn't have done it without them.
Coach, I didn't see the end of the video. Was there some kind of celebration at all? Was there what'd you do?
There was. We, I know she said she didn't do the first one very well. She still got 7 or 8 yards and got tackled. And I think the guys were more excited to see her get in the end zone, and they certainly worked hard to make sure that she got in the end zone to hold the block. And it's the ultimate team sport. So as much as it was about Lily, it was about the guys that did that to get her in the end zone too.
Yeah, because it's just a swing out to the flats or to get something to a screen pass where everyone's got to be working. Everyone's got to grab their blocks and whatever.
Blocks got to be good. And
absolutely,
she did her part. So.
And I didn't see the opposition not trying to tackle you, right?
Well, they were trying to tackle. So,
right. I gotta throw you this bone or ask you this question here. When you were playing in these games, is there anything from the other teams as well too? Are they saying anything to you or?
Not really. They've all been really respectful.
Right.
Yeah, I expected a lot more from it, but it's been good.
Well, you just because you figured, I'm a girl, you decided it was something like that?
Yeah, I thought it was either they're going to try really hard against me or not try at all. But then I think it was just equal. Congratulations,
guys. That's great to hear. And quite honestly, did you know about anyone else? I don't know. There's a Maya Turner. She went to the University of Manitoba. She was a field goal kicker or a place kicker. She actually was an all-star. We did some video of here too. She ended up being the first ever women's all-star in Canadian university football. This just happened last year. She actually led the conference in field goal percentage. This is a shock to you, right?
Yeah.
This just happened last year, right? And then in this game right here, she kicks a game winner, right? In Winnipeg. Look at a big smile on your face. I love this, right? This is outstanding stuff. So this is happening. We're seeing a movement. And I think we can talk about women's sports and what's going on right now. And I've always said this, and I've said this 1,000 times to anyone that's listened to this podcast. If I had $1 million, I'd put it down on women's sports right now because I think there's an incredible growth on it. And this has got to make you proud. And I'm just talking about football. I'm just talking about women's sports.
Yeah, it makes me really proud to see that all these women are doing such amazing things, and I can finally be a part of that.
But not only because you're a part of it, and some people are uncomfortable with the situation, and I'm going to say this word, but role model. Are you okay with being a role model?
Yeah, I mean, I never really expected that going into this. I just wanted to play football, but now I'm seeing that I can inspire a lot of people and make people want to play.
Now, inspirations, we talk about it being inspired. Now, I would like to believe, now just learning a little bit more about you, that you were inspired by your sister as well.
Yeah.
What did she do?
Sorry?
Just tell me a little bit about her history and what she did.
For field hockey?
Yeah, so she plays field hockey.
Yeah.
And I only say that as you were probably the younger sister.
Yeah.
And that you're seeing what she was doing as well, too.
Yeah, well, she used to play soccer and then finally got into field hockey and then excelled right away, started doing really well. And I saw that and was like, I guess I got to start working harder in my sports. And it just really helped me there.
How does mom and dad feel about having two women do so well in sports?
I hope they're proud of us. Yeah, I really hope they're. But I think they are because they love sports. They've been playing since they were younger too. So I think it's just great to see us starting to do the same thing.
Coach, you got to love this family dynamic. It's such a good thing.
Oh, it's fantastic. And my second email was to Dad and Mom to say, are you sure about this? When she wanted to play, and they were fully supportive. And so that certainly made it a lot easier to make things work.
All right. Well, one season's in the books. What's next?
Well, I hope to work harder the off season and try and get more play time for next season.
You got to make the team, though, Coach.
You got to make the team, and off-season training. Off-season training starts at 6:30 a.m. on Monday. So.
Really?
Yeah. So we'll be back in the weight room. So.
Wow. And okay, it's not. You open up a whole new door now. This off-season training. Are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Right?
Gotta be.
Yeah. See, it's like she's programmed. It's like she's okay with doing all of this. It's amazing to me. What about beyond this? Would there be a thought of maybe playing, I don't know, like I said, provincially? Obviously, you're excelling at the sport on both levels. Will you continue to play football for as long as you can? Yeah,
well, I hope to play after high school, whether it's soccer or flag football, because that's something that I've always wanted to do. So I'm going to keep it going.
Tell me just a little bit about the soccer. What's that going on? What's going on there? Where do you play? What do you do?
I play for Oakville OPDL. So it's Oakville, like almost Ontario, but just below it.
Okay. And
our season just ended, so we just had tryouts and everything, so it's just going to start up again.
What position do you play?
I play striker.
Oh, you score goals.
I do.
Did you have a good season this year?
Well, I joined halfway through, so I didn't really get a chance to really do as well as I could. So hopefully next season's a little better.
Well, she's got our next Erling Haaland right there. So good for you. Hey, I think what you're doing is wonderful. I think that your commitment to sports is amazing. I'm also glad to see that you've also got an outstanding family dynamic, which I think is a big help for. And I say this because it's only continual in all the other athletes that I talk to, and one of the good things for everyone is having a good, strong family dynamic. So congratulations on that. Keep building on that, Coach Brock. Thanks for coming in. And I'll end on this too with you guys when I look at this Nelson N here, because it does stir up some memories for me. Obviously going to Assumption in Burlington and playing, and I always thought at the time that Assumption, M.M. Robinson at the time, Nelson, sometimes Aldershot, the kings of football. And it's amazing what you guys are doing with your program. I know that you guys just missed out this year, and the Haltons had a tough one.
We won't mention that. School down the road got us on the last play, but we won't mention that.
I ended up seeing the highlights. I was like, sorry, I can't rub it in on you a little bit. But I mean, I love that the tradition has continued since the long days that I played, since the days that I commentated with Steve Foxcroft on CableNet and Kojiko in those days that you know all about. It is amazing what you've done with it really is. I love using the word program because it's not just a team anymore, what you guys have put together.
Right. And I mean, I was fortunate. I inherited a good thing from Coach Stace and Coach Mess, and we're just trying to keep it rolling. And I got to get a mention in for a friend, Coach Nick, who passed away late August, and 30-year coach at Nelson. So there's a lot more people than just me keeping the program going, but we're doing our best to give kids that opportunity.
Well, I love it. It's great for the community, and it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. Lil, Coach, thanks for joining us on the Sportsline Podcast.
Thank you for having us.
All right. That's your Sportsline Podcast for the day. And if you've just seen and heard, we love talking about sports and events that are making big-time headlines. If you do know of an athlete, team, or event to promote the Sportsline Podcast, we want to hear from you. Please hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe button. And if you have something to say, we always appreciate your comments. We're the talented people that make the Sportsline Podcast possible. Thank you so very much. And we'll see you real soon.